Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Bull City Hangout 816. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter. That's Durham's online community paper. Check it out at durhamskywriter.com. Now, with Bull City Hangout, I tell you what's happened today in Durham, and I do invite you to click on that Durham Skywriter Facebook page link to join me on camera, shoot the breeze, say hello, promote yourself and or your business. Let me adjust this just a bit here. There we go. So if you want to join me on camera, do so. The link is right there on the Durham Skywriter Facebook page, even though the show is simulcast, so to speak, on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitch. But the link is only on Facebook because it's safer. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, so like I said, I invite you to check out the rest of the document, the website, when you have time. But because it's Saturday, that means I'll be only telling you what's on the Let's Go calendar of events page because I try to keep the show a little shorter on Saturday because I know you're itching to get out in the street. Hey, William M. Andrews, good morning from NCCU, indeed. And of course, my favorite phrase, it's a beautiful day in the Bull City. Thank you, William, and thank you for watching the show. I really appreciate that. Okay, so let's get started with the word, not the word. You start off with the word page, the Let's Go page. And actually, the sun's out, so let me just close this just a little bit. There you go. Okay, I think it's a little better. No, that's okay. I love when the sun's out, so I'll never complain. So let's see. Let's scroll down to Saturday, August 16th, and let's see what is indeed happening today. Let's see. There we are. So, I apologize for not doing the show yesterday. I was really hoping to do the show yesterday, but I was invited at sort of like the last minute to a Durham Housing Authority event. So I went to that and represented senior pharmacist. And yeah, I didn't know that was going to happen. So I didn't do the show. And I had so much to announce. But, oh, what's William saying? Wait a minute. Kyle Temple, yeah, AME Zion Church is near NCCU and up the street from my church, St. Mark AME Zion Church. Okay, wait a minute. St. Mark, that's the one on Roxborough and that's the one on Roxborough and Lakewood, right? I know Kyle Temple because that's on Dunstan next to that dentist office, and actually that's a historic church, and because it's not on the corner and right on the busy street, a lot of people aren't aware of it, and you should really read the history. Um, there's that website. There's an incredible website. I think it's called Open Durham, if I'm not mistaken. It was started by this incredible guy who researched all of these places in Durham, and he would show pictures of the past and then the present, and then tell you the history. So it's in there. It's in there. Check it out, Open Durham, and you can read about Kyle's Temple, and I'm sure St. Mark. St. Mark actually has a wonderful history as well, because I think that was at one time the lead minister last name was Perry, and my aunt's last name was Perry because she married someone in that family. Anyway, it's got quite the history because I think the mom had a lot of children. Well, the parents had a lot of children, and the mom waited for. So each of the children were educated, like college educated or whatever, if I'm not mistaken. And then she went to school after all the kids had gone to school. Something like that. Anyway, it's a wonderful history. Malachi is saying, hey, friend. Hey, Malachi. Hope everything's going well. And William is saying, yes, that is his church. Okay, awesome. Wonderful, wonderful. All righty. Now, Reverend C. William knows the history. Reverend S.P. Perry. And I think, okay, so when you're going down Fayetteville Street, like across from HI Heritage Center. You see that law office, Perry, and Perry. They're in that same family. Yeah. So, and I think one of the Perrys, I think he still owns the flea market that's on Pettigrew. I think he's still there. I think he's still running that. If you happen to know that too, let me know because I haven't been there in a minute. They had the best Virginia peanuts ever. Serious. I hope it's still there. It's right around the block from my house, but it's kind of out of the way with it being on Pettigrew. But I might tiptoe over there if they're still in business. Because actually, you know what? It's August. Now's the time for Scuppernogs. That's only available once a year, only for a few weeks, and that is the special kind of grapes that are grown in this area. So you can get them at the regular grocery stores too, but yeah, now's the time for Scuppernogs. So if you don't know about it, now you know. You will not regret it. So if you see Scuppernogs in the store, or if you go to the different the little fruit markets or whatever, and if that flea market is still open on Pettigrew, they have them there too. It's just all the Perrys are from Durham, North Carolina. See, that's why my aunt's last name was her name was Mamie Perry. She was a teacher, and she taught at Whitted. When I was a little kid, she taught at Hillside High School. Oh, wait a minute. She went to Whitted and then Hillside because my mom taught at Whitted too before she got married. Um, let's see. And then she went when I guess they integrate the school system integrated. Then they moved my aunt over to Durham High School. She was not happy about that. Anyway, let me uh let me go on with the show. Okay, so I'm on the Let's Go page. That's the calendar of events page. So going on right now, now it's going to be a hot one today. So if you're just now hearing about the farmers market, you want to go now before it gets super hot. Anyway, Durham Farmers Market, that is in Durham Central Park, 501 Foster Street. Park for free just south on Foster Street in that parking lot, or go just west on Morris and park in the Measurement Incorporated parking lot. So that's going on right now until noon. They've got pastries, fresh produce, locally grown eggs and meat, and I don't know about fish, but I know locally grown meat. We're only a couple of hours from the coast. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody had ocean grown fish as well. But anyway, if you're using Snap, EBT, check in before you shop. Go to the manager's table right there in front of the bathrooms. And if you plan to spend like $10, you can double your money. They can double your money up to $10. And I think what they'll probably give you are those $10 tokens. I'm sorry, 10 $1 tokens, which you could spend at the different vendors there. Also, if you're a senior and you have one of those senior vouchers, they're worth $5 each. So if you sign um, the vouchers, if you're intending to spend, let's just say you intend to spend $15, or you're guessing you're going to spend $15. So you sign three of those $5 vouchers, and then at the manager's table, and then they'll give you 15 dollar tokens. So it's a great way to really save money. They want all of us to have access to fresh produce, and I really appreciate that. And I know they have a similar deal with WIC. I'm not sure exactly what the details are, but if you're on WIC, stop by the manager's table because I think they'll be able to give you some tokens as well, if I'm not mistaken. So this is at both of the farmers markets that are open right now, and I'll continue to tell you. Oh, I also need to tell you about the um, Durham Central Park, Durham Farmers Market. If you don't know already, they shut down Foster Street, and there's a playground right across the street. So little kids, they like to run back and forth, and it's a great place to air out your children or grandchildren right there at the Durham Farmers Market. Okay, now the South Durham Farmers Market, they have the same deals. They have different tokens, but the same concept. So if you're, again, senior vouchers, WIC, SNAP EBT, check in with the manager's table at the South Durham Farmers Market. They're also open until noon, and they are located at Hub RTP 500 Park Offices Drive off of Highway 54. Also, if you love art, the Durham Craft Market, they share Durham Central Park with the Durham Farmers Market. So they're there right now, and we'll be there until noon. They're on the northern side of the park. I don't know why I'm pointing that way. North is that way. Okay. Let's see. If you didn't know already, it is Bright Leaf Harvest Day at the Duke Homestead State Historic Site, 2828 Duke Homestead Road. So you can watch tobacco as it's harvested out of the field. You can watch the process of what they call tobacco looping. I know they put it on, or these two, I don't know if they still do, but they put it on. It's probably scientific now, but I know back in the day when my great grandfather was a tobacco worker, they put it on these things and they'd hang it up. If you've ever seen those tobacco barns, there's a couple of tobacco barns that you can see around town. There's one dilapidated one that you can see from Fayetteville Road right over there by Lowe's. What that dilapidated thing is a barn. And I actually have some updated, not updated, some pictures of it being intact. And I actually stuck my camera inside, took pictures of the inside. But you can kind of poke around and figure out what's going on. But basically, they would hang tobacco from the rafters for several weeks until it dried. So you can watch them do all of that today, with it being Bright Leaf Harvest Day at the Duke Homestead State Historic Site. So that is going on right now until 2 o'clock. So it is a drop in event. It's a free event, and you can just drop in and just walk around, just wander around, just learning about the world of tobacco growing today until 2 o'clock. Now, if you just want to sit around, have some pizza, Korean food, or barbecue or whatever, and hear some great music, you can do so. Starting at 11:30, DJ Baptiste will be at Boxyard RTP, 900 Park Offices Drive, off of Highway 54, practically next door to Hub RTP. So from 11:30 until 2:30, DJ Baptiste will be playing a diverse and vibrant mix of great music that you can enjoy, and you can have some food. Now it's totally free, no pressure, but they do have restaurants right there. I'm saying restaurants. I should really say eateries because they're not full-fledged restaurants because they're small. But you can sit inside and eat if you like. If you want to enjoy some air conditioning, or you can sit outside at one of the tables and enjoy the music. And so it's free to attend, and of course you pay for the food and beverages, and they have adult beverages too. Okay, now the North Durham Farmers Market is going on at the Soul Sanctuary today from noon until 4. So their location is 1016 Old Oxford Road. So you can also get fresh produce, you can get some homemade products and handcrafted items and more. They also accept that SNAP EBT program. They can double your money up to $10 also, which is really, really nice. Now, if you have a dog, a well behaved dog who can accept being on a leash and acting nicely, the Mint Beverage Company and Honey Girl Meadery at 312 Blackwell Street, that's practically next door to the ballpark downtown, they're going to have a doggy pool party. Is that cute or what? So it's going to be all day from noon until 10 tonight, which sounds pretty wild. So take your favorite pup on a leash, of course. Let him or her splash around. They're going to have the bubble machine out there because, dogs like to snap at bubbles. They're going to have Gracie's treats. They're going to have oh, and also you and your favorite dog can co-create a work of art. I don't know how, but they're going to make that happen. So that's going to be today, from noon all day today. So it's free admission, and then you can click for more information because you'll probably need more information if you have a dog, because you'll need to know, what they want you to do in terms of leashing and that sort of thing. And of course, you want to save your space, so go ahead and sign up for that. If you have a well behaved dog who loves to splash in the water and to create art, you can do that too. Now, today is day 3, I think it is, of the Out South Queer Film Festival. This is being held at the Carolina Theater of Durham, which is downtown, 309 West Morgan Street. So it continues through tomorrow, and then they're going to have a screening of shorts also on the 20th. So let me tell you some of the details here. So tickets are $15 for individual films. So they're going to have short films, documentaries, and feature films. So it's $15 for individual, full films, and then $60 for a 5 pass. Also, what I was telling you about this special screening of short films, that's going to happen this coming Wednesday on the 20th. So Elizabeth Miller Durstein, um, let's see, their 16-minute documentary, Once Upon a Wetland, gives a behind the scenes look at the 2023 Beaver Queen pageant. And if you don't know what that is, you might want to check out the video. Beaver Queen pageant is a one of a kind event that happens only in Durham. And basically, it's just a celebration of coolness of Durham. Basically, it's a fundraiser. Specifically, it's a fundraiser for, I think, for the Eno River Association, if I'm not mistaken. But it's a wacky, wacky event. It happens every year, so you might want to check that out. But the Out South Queer Film Festival starts this afternoon. Let's see, it's 10 now. Probably they'll start showing films early this afternoon, going into the evening at the Carolina Theater, downtown, 309 West Morgan Street. And I do have a link so you can read a short description of all of the film shorts and the documentaries and feature films. And then you can decide when you want to go and what you want to see. Now, the Durham County Library Bookmobile is out today. They're out on the road. So they will be paying a visit to Laurel Oaks Apartments, 600 Laurel Oaks Drive from 1 to 1:30. They will be there. You can go on the bookmobile. It's full of books. You can check out the books, and then when you're done, you can return the books to wherever, whichever library is closest to you, where you live or where you work or go to school. Now, the bookmobile, they don't end with Laurel Oaks. They will also be in the Parkwood Shopping Center, 5123 Revere Road, until from 2 until 2:30. Same deal. Now, this is an interesting item. Brian Allen, he's hosting the Bull City Cookout in Piney Woods Park, and it sounds like everybody's invited. So it's at 400 Woodcroft Parkway. This will happen today from 2 until 6, where it's free admission. They're going to have food, music, kickball games, entertainment. And they say, don't forget your lawn chair. So obviously, you're going to get relaxed. So that's going on today from 2 until 6. And I do have a link. So if you're curious, if you say, that sounds, I don't know who Brian Allen is, or that sounds, I'm not sure if I have to pay for the food, I'm not sure. I do have a link to the Facebook event page so you can get more information. And then you can decide whether to go or not. The bookmobile strikes again. It's going to be at the Greens of Pine Glen, 6201 Pine Glen Trail, from 3 until 3:30 this afternoon. Again, you can check out books and then return them to any of the Durham County libraries when you're done. Now, if you like Irish music, Riggs, jigs, and reels, you can enjoy the Irish Music Jam at the Moondog Meadery and Bottle Shop, 1104 Broad Street. That's under the coffee shop, Joe Van Gogh. So that is going to be this afternoon from 3 until 5. So you can, bring your musical instrument and join in. There's no let's see, let me get this right. I just skipped. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, so you can bring your musical instrument and sit in, or if you love Irish music and you don't get a chance to hear it live, you can just sit and listen and enjoy it that way. So that again is going to be from 3 until 5, 1104 Broad Street, under Joe Van Gogh at Moondog Meadery. The bookmobile strikes again. So from 4 until 5, they'll be at Super Compare Food, 2000 Avondale Drive. That's right off of Club Boulevard. Can't miss it. So that is from 4 until 5. And that's super, some say compare. So Super Compare or Compare Foods, 2000 Avondale Drive, the Durham County Library Bookmobile. Rhonda Robichaux and Mo is spelled Meaux, if you get the pun. So Rhonda Robichaux and Mo will be performing New Orleans blues, soul, and funk at Succotash Southern and Creole Kitchen, 3219 Old Chapel Hill Road. That's going to be, whoa, that is in the wrong spot. Either I have the wrong day or the wrong date. I have Friday, August 16th. Now I know I'm not. I don't. Oh, I know how to check that because I have a list here. Let me see. Because I always write down everything before I type it out. Let me see. Let me check. Do, talk among yourselves for a second. Saturday. Okay, so I put Friday when I meant Saturday. Yeah, so it is tonight. That is tonight. Okay, at Succotash Southern and Creole Kitchen. No cover charge, and food will be served until 10. All right, I'll have to fix that. Bluegrass gospel band New Direction, they'll be giving a free concert at the Sacred Grounds Coffee House, Christian music venue, 2700 North Roxborough Street by St. Paul United Methodist Church tonight. The music starts at 7:30. It's totally free, but of course they will graciously accept any donation that you might want to make. The Jambalaya Soul Slams Paper Thin Poetry Slam 2 will be held at the Hayti Heritage Center, which is on the corner of Fayetteville and Lakewood Street. So that will be from 8 until 10:30. So that is tonight. Now, if you want to participate, you can definitely do so. Um, Beginners are also encouraged to check this out. So if you're going to participate as a poet or spoken word artist, you have to have your original poem printed out on paper. That's how they do it. At least that's how they do it tonight. They have all different ways that they do this, that they have the poetry slams. But for tonight, your poem has to be printed out on paper, an actual sheet of paper, not, you know, not your tablet. So let's see. First timers are especially encouraged. You can click on the link that I provided so you can read the guidelines and make sure you got everything right. Okay. Admission is $13.45. You can click for more information and to get your ticket in advance. You can definitely do that. And the Jambalaya Soul Slam is supported by the North Carolina Arts Council, which is a division of the North Carolina Department of Natural and Cultural Resources. Now, if you like let's see. If you like soul in a sophisticated manner, soulful singer songwriter Joel Gore will be performing in concert tonight at 8:30 at Missy Lane's Assembly Room, 310 East Main Street. Tickets start at $25, and you can click on the link for more information and see what that's all about. Now, tomorrow, they're going to have Sunday morning meditation at the Shambhala Center of Durham, 733 Rutherford Street from 9 until noon. You don't have to be there all 3 hours. It is a drop-in event. You can come and go as you please, and they'll teach you. If you don't know how to meditate, you always wanted to learn how, they will teach you how to do sitting and or walking meditation. Now they're going to have a very interesting class for gardeners. They being Aisha Plants and Bull City Plant Swap. They'll be co-hosting the Fall Winter Gardening Series, Pest and Disease Management. from 10 until 11:30 tomorrow at the Swift Avenue Community Garden, which is at 407 Swift Avenue. It's free. Now, this is part 3 of 6, but it is a free workshop. It's especially for gardeners who want to grow healthy food without synthetic chemicals. So, you learn how to identify common plant diseases and common plant pests. Plus, you learn how to manage everything organically, working with nature instead of against it. And you can also explore companion planting techniques. I do know Native Americans would plant certain things together, like they would plant, what would they would plant climbing plants along with plants that like that were tall, like what was it, like tomato. They would have the vines of things like cucumbers winding around, I think either tomato plants or corn. I can't remember. I remember reading about that years ago. So you can learn how to do things like that. So that again is going to be tomorrow from 10 until 11:30 at the Swift Avenue Community Garden. The Sunday brass. I'm saying everything backwards today. This is so wild. The Sunday Jazz Brunch. That's going to be tomorrow. Is curated by trumpeter Al Strong. That's going to be tomorrow from noon until 3 at Missy Lane's Assembly Room. Again, 310 East Main Street. You can click for more information and tickets. And the last official day of the Out South Queer Film Festival is tomorrow, again at the Carolina Theater of Durham. But don't forget that on Wednesday you can see Once Upon a Wetland along with other movie shorts, and that will be on Wednesday. Let's see, and that will start. Let's see. Oh, well, I'll be able to tell you. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, you don't have to wait till Wednesday to view Once Upon a Wetland. I'm glad I read this because you can see it. Let's see, Sunday, which is tomorrow, and also on Wednesday. Gotcha. Okay. Now, also happening tomorrow, Don't Waste Durham. They're hosting the Boomerang Bag Sewing Party where you, as a volunteer, oh, they use volunteer supplied material. What they're doing, they're making boomerang bags. It started in Australia, and basically, it's for people who are tired of using plastic bags. Now, I just went grocery shopping and I brought home like 7 plastic bags and immediately threw them away. That's wasteful. So if you use boomerang bags, these are cloth bags made by materials supplied by volunteers, and then volunteers get together at So Crafty and they make boomerang bags. Let's see, this is tomorrow from 1 until 4 at So Crafty, 101 Orange Street. And then they drop off these bags at whatever stores allow them to do so. And that means you can use the bag when you're shopping, take the items home, and then use the bag again. They want you to use. That's why it's called boomerang. You can return the bag if you like, or you can keep it and use it all the time when you go shopping. That's going to be tomorrow from 1 until 4. Also, the Triangle Dance Studio, they'll be hosting the Sunday Salsa Social tomorrow from 6:30 until 9:30. Admission is $9, 7 for active military and students with current ID, and free if you're 16 and younger. So you get to dance salsa, bachata, cha-cha, kizomba, merengue, and cumbia. If you always wanted to learn how to, what we used to call Latin dance, they'll teach you. That's what that's all about, and that will be tomorrow at the Triangle Dance Studio, 2603 South Miami Boulevard. All right, let me put my little iPad down here, and then let me grab my phone here, and let's see what's going on with the weather. Okay, it's getting warm. It's 80 degrees right now. It's sunny. The sun is glowing behind me. I'm sure you can see that. So it looks like, we might get a cloud or two in 15 minutes or so, and it'll interrupt the sun for a short while. And it looks like after that, it'll be sunny, and the sun well, might be playing a little peekaboo mid afternoon, but for the most part, it's going to be a sunny afternoon. No chance of rain whatsoever. Sunset nowadays is at 8:03. I wish it were like in Ireland where the sun sets like at 10, but anyway. But then Ireland doesn't have the same summers that we have. I don't think it gets as hot. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. Now, tomorrow, oh, today is going up to 87, and tomorrow it's going up to 90. So, yeah, it's going to be hot. So, it's going to be sunny all day tomorrow as well. Looking ahead to next week, it looks like, let's see, upper and mid 80s starting out, but also starting out with thunderstorms and rain starting on Tuesday, all through the week next week. So it looks like Monday will be the only all sunny day for next week. But we'll see about that. The weather report isn't always accurate, but we'll see. We'll see. Let me put my phone over here. So I do hope that you have a wonderful weekend. And thanks for dropping by. Let's see who dropped by today. William dropped by. Thank you so much. Malachi dropped by. Thanks again. And I do hope that everyone watching, I hope that everyone has a beautiful weekend. Looks like it's set up to be a wonderful weekend. So go to any of these events, the farmers markets, whatever, and just enjoy yourself. Just enjoy life. Oh, a big shout out to the Fiddlers Convention. If you're a regular viewer of Bull City Hangout and maybe you just happened to watch the show where Anthony lives in Virginia, he came on telling us about the Fiddlers Convention. So I couldn't go, but I bought the shirt. So yeah, so a big shout out to Anthony and the Fiddlers Convention. They celebrated their 89th annual, which is amazing. Also, while I'm at it, a big shout out to the Durham Housing Authority. We had a wonderful Friday Fun Fest at, where were we yesterday? Um, Daymar Court. Big shout out also to Desmond Miller, who came out. He's with Durham Parks and Recreation. It was nice meeting him actually in person. He always sends me wonderful information. And I think that's pretty much it. Have a beautiful weekend. I'll see you Monday. Let me check to see if I'll be live Monday. Ooh, I might have an event to go to. It has not been verified, and it's not going to be verified until Monday morning. And then Tuesday. Well, anyway, we'll see. We'll see. I'll do my best. So I will see you Monday, either live or pre recorded. Let's put it that way. So have a beautiful weekend. Ciao for now.